Yep.
All right, let's start 7 o'clock.
Arnold,
Here.
Beckwith,
Here.
Parcapisi,
Here.
Flores, absent, Cozzini,
Here.
Hamilton, absent, Sutton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all.
I think that was aspirational.
The Warren Newport Public Library District provides the community with access to information, kindles the imagination of children and adults, and supports lifelong learning. Public comment, do we have anyone here?
Nobody's here. Negative.
No?
Negative.
Consent agenda, actually, we need to remove 2 things.
Could we go back
Oh,
to
written?
correspondence?
Correspondence, sorry.
I just have a couple things. Did everyone else get this?
No.
No?
Okay, it
quite
came to my
lovely.
board email. I'll pass it around. You have 2 more days to.
Your board
to-
email?
It came in my board,
Oh,
yeah, was in my packet last month because it was addressed to me.
okay.
And if you want to go, you're welcome to go. Okay, and then this, I just thought this was interesting. This was an article in the Tribune a few weeks ago about the Kankakee Library doing a thing about a video, YouTube video on book bans, and it's got Barack Obama in it. I just thought people would think it
Oh,
was
I
interesting.
saw
I
that.
see
Yes, I
Yeah,
saw
so
that.
I'm just passing it
Yeah.
around.
I have been to the Kankakee Library
Yeah,
because I read about it in a book.
yeah, I
You
saw
want me
this.
to add that one also?
Yeah, you can just keep them both.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Any
I
other
like the
correspondence?
Nope.
Consent agenda. I need to remove 2 things. My apologies on this. The committee of the whole report, B2, and Ryan, which do you say?
Minutes of regular meetings.
Which
What's
is
that?
A.
These people print our newsletter.
A, yes.
Yeah, I get it.
No, I just caught it now.
So what's, I'm sorry, George, what are you getting rid of?
We're removing 5A and 5B2.
5A and 5B. Oh.
B23.
Yes, B2 number 3.
And A.
Yes. Anything else that someone wants to remove, or are we good? No?
Okay.
Okay. Gina, roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have a motion?
Oh. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
I move that the consent agenda be approved as amended.
I'll
second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstained. All right. Page 4, Secretary's report. Ryan, you said there was a secretary.
Just a very, very small, on page, the last, page 5 of 5, page 8 in your packet, it's the Library After Dark fundraising event, and it says Library After Dark.
Where is this? Page 8.
I see.
Okay. Oh, good, 5. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Page 8.
Typograph.
Oh, I
Item
see.
A7.
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 Could be after dark.
Those were, be dark, not dark. All right. That change, I move that we accept the meeting minutes as amended.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, we have to
Oh,
call.
we have, oh, okay, let's call it. Roll call, please.
Flores, absent. Arnold,
Aye.
no, abstain. You were not present on the 18th.
But,
You
oh,
were in
okay,
the
yes,
committee of
abstain,
the whole.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hamilton, absent. Beckwith,
Was I there?
no, yes, you were.
Aye.
Gina keeps
I know,
track
I
of
did
this
miss
now.
one.
Sutton,
Aye.
Parcapisi,
Aye.
Cozzini.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
This library after dark on my phone.
I just put it
Sorry.
on mine too.
Oh, I had it on here already. Oh, so smart.
And then, moving on to the,
Where are we now?
Page 12, this was my error. I listed Catherine absent, she should have been listed as members attending. We can correct that. I move that we adopt the Committee of the Whole Summary of Personnel and General Report as amended.
I'll second.
Let's do a roll call for this one.
Flores, absent. Hamilton, absent. Beckwith,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Farkapisi,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Gotzinis.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right. President's reports on page 14. Any other trustees have a report?
I have a report. Recently, I met with Doug and Ryan to go over our investments, and Doug quite clearly explained, we are earning over 5% on the Illinois funds.
Very good.
We are going to look into the bank account, because we have about $250,000, which is what we keep in there to cover expenses and payroll. If we can open a money market account at that bank and use the, switch the checking to a sweep account. A sweep account has a zero balance, and every day the money is taken out of the other account and put it in, so we could possibly earn a few percents on that last $250, which I think we calculated about $1,000 a month. So if they let us do it, we will then be presenting that to the board.
Awesome.
Cool.
So then we basically will be earning interest on all of our money.
And Andrea will be happy.
We're all happy.
Yeah.
Well,
We're all happy.
Well, sure.
We don't want to throw away
No,
money.
it was a good suggestion on your part.
My report is complete.
Anyone else? All right, moving on to Director's Report, page 15.
So I just want to, in here, I just want to emphasize the CCS, we go live on Wednesday, September 6th, so we're really laser focused on that.
September 6th.
So that's the big thing, so we're excited about that. We're, tying up the last minute things we need to tie up. So I'm very excited about it. This is something I wanted WNPL to do for a long time. In fact, my first week here. So I'm
long
really
time
excited.
coming.
We're
Yeah.
finally joining CCS. It's going to be just tremendous for our patrons. It's going to be wonderful for everybody. And as a reminder, it's going to save us taxpayers a lot of money. So it's just totally win-win.
Are we ready with the new enlarged doghouse?
No, one of what we're going to do is we are going to move to delivery inside the building. So the delivery comes at 2:33 a.m. And we looked at, okay, should we expand the doghouse? Should we get a shed? But talking to the libraries, it's pretty common to give delivery access to the building. So that way we'll do it for
Oh,
staff.
so nobody has to come here, they just have access.
Yeah.
Our
So-
staff doesn't have to be here.
No, our staff
Oh,
does not have to
okay,
be here.
good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they'll
thank
deliver the
goodness.
items,
Mm.
and then it'll be much easier for staff. They don't have to go out in the cold or the heat, whatever the season might be,
Sure.
and so it'll be good. So
That's a great idea.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
How are we managing physical security? Will there be cameras or anything to make sure that honest people stay honest with nobody else here?
the normal security,
Okay.
that we have in place. If you think about it, we have a cleaning crew that comes in after hours and staffing around, so it's not unprecedented for people to come in after hours. So. I think the other, the highlights, the back to school event was wonderful. I was out of town, so I wasn't able to attend, but it's grown. Second year we've done it, so that was amazing.
Awesome.
And in summer reading, I'm a little disappointed we didn't reach our goal, but we had, I think it was 1.1 million minutes roughly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we were trying to do 1.5. So
What we found, though, is that we get about 100,000 minutes a week. So I think that, we are trying to be aspirational,
Mhm.
but that's really where our sweet spot is, so.
Minutes a week.
And then, back to school, we're focused on that. High school's back, and then the elementary and junior high schools go back next week. So already today, we had to ask some teams to leave one of the.
Already? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, study room. So we'll be monitoring that, trying to set the tone early
Oh,
on.
boy.
So, but it's going to be a challenge as it was last year to a degree. Hopefully, it won't be as much of a challenge. So.
Can I ask, I was wondering, what are some of the library of things that have come in, it says?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, well, Rebecca, you want to talk about it? You know
Sure.
better than I do.
Yeah, so we've got some tech type items. So we have things like, things that would supplement a Cricut, if you have a Cricut machine. So we've got some of the presses and things like that. We've got coding robots for kids. We've got, the graphing calculators that people might need for school.
Those are really expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so we're really excited. So we really have some just fun items, and then we have some very tangible, needed items. So this was kind of our launch. Amy Meyer's looking at what is currently in CCS, and she thinks that this could probably go relatively quickly in terms of getting things in, because a lot of libraries have been doing this and doing it successfully for a really long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're excited.
Cool, good.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yes.
And I have to say, the back-to-school event, big success. Good job there.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, effort, gotta give Maria and Ava a lot of credit for that, and also our partners that, I mean, it's, it's obviously.
Was
a
that the
team
thing with
effort.
the snakes?
No.
No.
Okay, that was
This
a red
was-
island.
yeah.
That was cool too.
This was the partner event where they gave away so many backpacks, and yeah, really, it was a
Awesome.
wonderful partner event.
Yep.
Everybody worked really well together. Brushwood donated the majority of those backpacks.
Who's Brushwood?
It is, it's like an art programming. They do more than art, so that's why I'm hesitating a little bit,
Okay,
because
well, at
they're
least I
very
have an idea-
community-minded,
an
yes.
idea.
But we do partner with them to do a lot of art-type programs as well.
And where are they located? Here in Grenada
The,
area?
I'm not sure, actually.
Okay.
Ryan, you might know.
Curious.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Maria
awesome.
kind of started that conversation, and it's been wonderful on lots of different levels, so
Hmm.
they're fabulous.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
And you went to the parade, too.
Oh, yeah, we were,
Mhm.
several of us were in the parade, and
I
that was,
heard.
that was great. It was nice to be in the parade and, just have a cheers to the community, and it's the library, we love the library, so. it's all
Leo
good.
did a great job, as usual.
He did great. That
He's
was-
really
that
tall
was-
now.
Yeah.
He had a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, he was hustling and put out his bookmarks, was really impressive, so,
Mhm.
yeah, it was nice. It was eventful for the parade.
It was exhausting.
Yeah, I know, Joe said she kept going back for more bookmarks, more bookmarks. I'm like, oh my
Then
gosh.
I got to the end and Leo said, "How come you have so many left?" And I said, "Well, I had to ask for more 3 or 4 times." And he said,
Oh. Oh. He only thought he had to do the packages.
so he must have, I kept wondering what happened to him.
He
must
did
have been riding on the
great.
bookmobile then, right?
No, he was just walking.
He was
Walking
just
along.
walking without
Just
giving
walking with
them?
everyone and just saying
Oh.
hello, waving hi to
Well,
everyone.
I was really impressed with.
Gregarious.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
He
Well, and
went
how
out
did-
somewhere around Viking Park. Very Viking Park.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's
That's
why he
the
was
draw.
disappointed, because he ran out.
And the rib eating contest, we're not talking about.
We can talk about it. I am clearly the weak link of the team. I think Mark did pretty well. I did better than last year, but I think we were third from last.
You
so.
didn't drink
Oh.
the sauce?
I scooped up some stuff.
So, no, you're supposed to take the whole
Pat
thing
Mews
and
apparently picked
drink.
it up and just like.
Yeah, that's how you do
Yeah.
it.
Because was-
I told you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gave you
sauce.
the hint.
If I have to do it next year,
I think it's gross, but
then
that's how
I'll-
you
I'll do
win.
better.
We'll practice a week ahead
You
of
might
time,
have
right?
to, yeah, try it out and make sure there's no negative
Ew,
consequences.
yeah.
We're going to be adding that to all applications. Have you?
Yeah,
ever-
that's what I was
Sorry, we
gonna
joked
say.
about that,
Yeah.
We should-
bit of eating
Competing experience
Yeah,
plus.
what's your eating
Plus,
experience
yes.
like? Your contest experience? How many hot dogs can you eat in a 5-minute period, right? Oh, boy.
It was a good event.
Anyway.
All right. Ready to move on to old business?
Can I just ask, mention one other thing? I noticed on the 12-month forecast that the Ryan's quarterly review starts, is next month. So after the meeting, remind me and I'll give you the binders. I'll show you where they are.
Quarterly review.
Yeah.
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 I see it, thanks.
Old business, building systems update.
Really, the main update
Curious.
is that I did confirm that it won't cost to store the rooftop units when they come in, although, the board indicated you were comfortable to proceed with, the earlier date, that Monday,
Yeah.
November 27th through Wednesday, December 13th. And that's under new business for the board to approve. So that's really what, the main thing, the phase one of the project is going to happen, the day after Labor Day. And that's the work that's in the garage they have to do. It's a real minor part of this project compared to phase two, which is the replacement of the rooftop units. So, yeah, so I think one of the biggest things that we're concerned with is what we actually can do for the public those 2 weeks, because we were talking about, well, can we do holds for patrons? Well, we realized that although we'll have access to the staff part of the building, it's gonna be problematic for staff to get access to the main floor, because they're gonna be putting those units in, and they're gonna have a lot of materials covered with tarps.
Sure.
So I don't think that's gonna be possible. So we formed a task force to meet, to determine what we can do. At the very least, we know we'll have we'll move out in the community.
Right.
So we're still planning that out, so that's the big thing we're trying to do.
And do I remember right that we canceled the December committee of the whole meeting?
You might have to.
Did we cancel it? I don't.
Is that
I don't think so, we just moved
I
it
would
from.
prefer that we don't, because we don't have a January committee of the whole.
Well, you
Okay,
meant because
well-
of the timing of it,
Well, if there,
right?
we're closed, this is my point, from November 27th to the 13th, we might not have either board meeting.
Well, but we can use
27th to the 13th.
Warren, we can use the gurney.
Yeah,
Right, that's
well,
what
it's
I'm
a- well, it's a
asking.
fun-
I
No,
know.
that's a good point, Joe, I hadn't thought about it yet. So we will need to find another venue for the meeting.
Yeah, don't you think? Yeah.
I do think, yes.
For the.
Parking lot.
For CO.
Parking lot,
Yeah.
my house?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, in theory, you could, they're not gonna be working during the day, we could have it in the meeting rooms, because the meeting rooms are on the big McQuay unit, so, I mean, that's a possibility, but let me talk to them
All
about
right, yeah.
that.
Just-
We also
just
need to
something I
relocate
saw-
youth
Thought of when I
services.
saw the dates.
So they might be in the meeting rooms.
Relocate?
Youth services cannot stay in their offices during that period of time,
Oh.
so they have to be relocated, which
That's
might go to
right,
the meeting rooms.
That's right.
We once had a board meeting in the quiet room.
We won't have access to that
And
either.
it's gonna, yeah, we don't know what the climate's gonna be like in there.
Or the board,
Well, it
yes.
has to
Right.
be open to the public, right? So
does.
we
Yeah.
can't,
What does?
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
like the meeting, it's not just us
Oh,
necessarily.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. So we'd have to post where
Did we
it's
do
gonna
it at
be.
Village Hall one time for some reason?
Well, I was just wondering if that would be a
We
logical.
talked about it, but we
Oh.
didn't
Gina
do
said
it there.
yes.
Yes, because I tried to reserve the police and then it was in the village, across the street.
How
Oh.
about, Kaiser's, and we just can have beer while we,
Public has to be, yeah. Public.
it's public.
Yeah.
We have some time to figure it out though, but yeah, we'll need
Yeah.
to move that
Yeah,
meeting.
just,
Yeah, most likely.
is there any chance it doesn't take the full 2 weeks?
I think it's gonna take all 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can ask, but they've not given it, and they have given no indication that, we might have this in a week. No, I think it's gonna take the full time.
Does that mean it could take 3 weeks?
Good question.
With the
I mean,
weather,
it
who
could, it
knows?
depends on the weather, it could,
Yeah. What if we get an
always
ice
with a
storm?
project like this, it could get extended. There's no
Yeah.
guarantees.
And how are we gonna let the public know? I mean.
If it's
how-
an extension, yeah, it's like spills into week 3 or something?
Well, no, how are we letting them know now? Just
We're,
run the
we're
two-
working
2
with our
weeks.
communications team to get the
Okay.
information out there.
We
yeah.
just don't want any backlash.
Yeah.
You know, I want.
They should
to
see
make-
the activity,
Probably
which will
kids.
help.
Oh, yeah, there'll be
Yeah,
a couple
but-
of cranes
That helps a little
outside and, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of the cranes, how much of the parking lot will those take up?
I don't exactly know where they're gonna be yet. We'll hopefully find that out in our
The
next meeting.
cranes to
So,
put it
I
outside.
don't, I don't know, but
I hope they don't damage
I
us.
was
what I was
just thinking that.
we've
yeah.
talked to them about that though. They know that we're concerned about
We're
that.
gonna put down boards or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went. We just did that.
Is it safe to have staff in the staff areas while those cranes are operating?
They've indicated it is.
And Miguel did mention that the cranes aren't gonna be on site the whole time. They're gonna be here twice, so it's gonna, to like take things off and then later,
Bring the new stuff in.
yes.
Can we make sure that Miguel or security makes sure that everything, remember we got sued because somebody tripped or something when we were under construction back in 2011. And it was a long, dragged out thing. And I would rather pay security, to be on the lookout, make sure we got proper signage and everything we can so that we don't get stuck with another lawsuit. We don't know if the person like tripped on purpose or really truly was injured, but it was a big deal.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're worried about, being smart about what we can and cannot offer and not trying to get cute do holds when there's a bunch of
Yeah.
instructions out
Right.
there, right? So,
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely a
I
good.
think it was a
good
past
point.
employee, wasn't it?
My understanding of that was it was, someone was in a zone they shouldn't have been in though,
Mhm.
but from what I.
Yeah, I think it was
heard,
like
I wasn't here.
maybe an employee, he wasn't employee anymore, or I don't remember
I
the
don't know.
details, but. Gina remembers. You wanna tell us, Gina?
But we can't talk about it.
No, not now,
No.
not during the meeting.
Can
Not
the
the
task
who.
force though plan for if we're shut down for week 3 or week 4 and have some backup plans? If this gets drawn out?
Yeah, we can talk about
Because
that.
it's
Good idea.
certainly could, I mean, ice storm, whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
as long as
weather.
it- That's what I think of as the weather.
Now, did
Well-
we look at, how it coincides with finals week and study areas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay. Now, if the timeline gets pushed back, the plan is to work with our community partners to find another
Right.
space for city. Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully all will go according to plan. But, yeah, it's northern Illinois
It's gonna be
weather.
tricky.
December,
Tricky.
so early
It'll
December,
probably
so we'll
snow.
see.
I don't know, I just feel like, we've had such beautiful weather, someday we're gonna have to pay for it.
Let's hope.
Other questions about the building systems update that I can answer? Or
Well, that
concerns?
answers that question, yeah, thanks.
All right, quiet reading room.
Is the furniture here?
We're
yet?
anticipating, I don't have a firm date or a locked-in date, but it should be in a warehouse locally, and we should anticipate delivery next week. I wouldn't, I mean, I feel okay about that, but I wouldn't,
Yeah.
bet the farm on it necessarily either at this point. So, but all indications, what we've heard from Tiffany and Ash is that they're gonna reach out to us for delivery sometime next week, and we're
That's
definitely prepared to
good.
take it because
We are.
we wanna get that space filled. On the bright side, the tables that are in there, patrons seem to love those
Uh-huh.
tables.
Yeah. Carol.
And there may be some minor complaints at the service desk, but we haven't heard any,
No.
admin anyway, we haven't heard any major complaints.
We had to close the room for a few days because we needed to first, we thought everything was gonna be delivered at one point.
Yeah.
So we cleaned out the rooms completely, and then we needed to clean the carpets, because it had been, a long time. So we closed the rooms to the public for 3 days, and we heard complaints at that time. But as soon as we realized we weren't getting the rest of the furniture, Miguel and Victor were able to get, some
Stuff
seating
back
back
in
in there, and then it's been fine. Like,
Yeah.
people understand, it's a work in progress. As
Yeah.
long as they can access the space, they've been pretty happy. So.
Is the delivery late and how late?
Yeah, it is late, according to what we understood. In fact, this furniture was supposed to arrive before those tables. That's what we were told originally. Those were supposed to arrive 4 weeks after. So it
Is
was a
there-
surprise to us. Why were they delayed?
Or is there any financial recourse or
I can find out.
anything we can, maybe an extra chair for free? I don't know.
Yes.
We've been waiting.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
2 chairs.
I mean, we do plan on, I mean, when it's set up, it's open to the public, but we're gonna have some kind of ribbon cutting ceremony since the village, provided those ARPA funds to help us complete the project, or for the majority of the project. We're gonna invite the village, invite Mayor Hood to do like a ribbon cutting.
Oh,
And the
very good.
bonus of that is he'll probably come with Trustee O'Brien, and they do this, like you've seen Tom's Tours, on Facebook.
Facebook,
So
I
he's got a
have,
pretty good,
Yeah.
they do pretty good,
Uh-huh.
social media and have a big following, so we'll
Yeah.
get some publicity through that, so that'll be
Good.
good. And that date is to be determined because we were going to do it, I think, next week.
Next week, Tuesday.
But
Wait a
when we
little
found
bit.
out, we told the mayor, I'm sorry, we're gonna
Yeah.
schedule, and so we wanna make sure that we've got everything in place before we schedule that. So
Can we
I'm
make
thinking later September after we are on CCS for a while.
Uh-huh.
Can we make sure we, email invitations are fine, but invite all of the donors who put money up for it?
Yeah, that's a good idea,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. Get out some invitations, so.
Mhm.
Anything else on quiet reading room? WNPL investment options, I know we talked about it a little already, anything more to add?
Yeah, Andrea kind of shared it already.
She filled
yeah.
us in, yeah, good.
New business, our IPLAR report. Is that how you would say it? Is an IPLAR
IPLAR.
report or is it, it's still a report?
Gina's baby.
IPLAR.
Gina's baby, yeah, that's a good way. How she can keep everything straight on these tiny lines.
Questions, concerns, everyone have a chance to look it over?
Yep.
Do we have a motion?
I move that the board approve the 2023 Illinois Public Library's annual report, IPLAR, to be submitted to the Office of the Illinois State Secretary of State pursuant to law.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Sutton,
Aye.
Hamilton, absent. Parkapisi,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Flores, absent. Arnold,
Aye.
Katsinis.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right. Building closure for rooftop unit installation.
You know, George, I wanted to just mention that the last line there, in order to safety complete, should be safely.
Yeah, safety.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I didn't know
that's
if that
my mistake.
matters.
Yeah, I didn't see
Okay.
that until Gina pointed it out the other day.
Okay.
Would somebody like to make that motion?
Yeah, I'll move that the main library be closed to the public from Monday, November 27 to Wednesday, December 13, in order to safely complete the building systems project.
I'll second that.
Jeff? Roll call, please.
Parkapisi,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Hamilton, absent. Flores, absent. Katsinis.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right. WNPL annual audit. How's the audit coming?
So the field work is going to happen September 11th and 13th. Doug informs us that they're going to send 4 people out those days. And when Doug and I met with Andrea last week, Andrea had a good suggestion to, since, even though we worked with this auditor before, for Doug to reach out to them and just make sure that what he has prepared for them is what they're expecting. So to get everyone on the same page, so when they're here, they'll be
Usually
able to-
daughters have their own schedule and the clients want to give you however they have it, but it's a lot more efficient if they put it in the auditor's format. And with that many people at one time asking Doug for stuff, it's a lot of stuff.
Is 4 more than normal?
It's only 3 days. You would
Yeah.
usually expect fewer people for 5 days, but they're condensing it. So, I mean, the only concern is that they'll just be, don't expect Doug to have other work done during those days.
No, he's always
He's-
got his calendar clear, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot on Doug all at once, so. But he's been through quite a number of audits. He thinks he feels very confident that he can give them whatever they need momentarily. And I'm sure he's right.
Yep.
So that's the big update. So we're on track.
Excellent. All right. We're on to potentially actionable items, agenda items, 2020, or for September. Anything anyone wants to add to this list?
A lot of policies.
Do you see your 3 or your 2?
Remember something pinging, so yes.
Anything else?
And there's gonna be 2 personnel policies, I believe,
Okay.
the normal weekly hours and then the vacation, so.
If you could give me the
We work-
2 numbers and give me the 2 policies to work on?
Yeah.
280 and 303.
That's right. All right. Anything else? Public forum? Do we have anyone to speak in the public forum? Nope.
Nope.
Announcements. One thing, Ryan, you did mention, there's a change of date for the.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That was
That's for the intergovernmental picnic this year. So if you did not get that note from Ryan.
Yeah.
Double check your
Yeah,
emails.
you already have that.
Yeah, so the 21st, that's a week later. Apparently there was a conflict on the calendar that they didn't realize when they sent out the initial invitation, so it's a week later.
I'm glad, because I can go now.
Now I can't. There you go.
So, maybe should we have this around so we're in the city or? Okay.
Gina's gonna send out email invites if you want one.
Can't do it.
So now what's the week of
So
our board
if
meeting.
the X comes, that means no, yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, so it's the-
19th and then 21st.
Yeah, week after, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to go back to board policies for a moment.
Yes.
We talked about fines and fees in July. We had to bring that forward early because of CCS. So that one we just touched.
Fines and fees.
And we need to do display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we have 3 to do in finance, but we don't have to do them all next month.
Wendy and I are going to meet and do them.
I
I know.
I have nothing to say about it.
Oh, your face said a lot.
All right. Any other announcements, any other information? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Wow.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? It is 7:31.
Wow.
George, I think you're
Close.
headed toward beating the record here.
Yeah, that was very close.